What's up, y'all? It's me, Terrence, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be reviewing the movie Morbius. This movie is a movie, and this movie comes in at like a hour and 48 minutes. So just make sure you drink some coffee or something going into this movie. Try to keep you awake. It's not just about the movie length that's going to keep you awake. It's the fact that this movie is very uneventful and very uninteresting. So with that being said, let's get right into this review. As you can see, I'm very excited about this movie. Well, my sarcasm might not be being picked up on camera, or y'all might not get in the whip of it, but no, I wasn't excited about this movie. I was very uninterested in this movie when I first heard about the movie, but I was going into it like trying to hopefully be proven wrong, And no, I wasn't proven wrong. This movie was not a good movie at all. This was a bad movie, a very bad movie. This movie is probably like right now in the number one spot for worst movie for this year, And so far this year, I haven't really been seeing any bad movies like that. So this would be like the first bad movie I've seen this year. Kicking off into it, what made this movie so bad is this plot was just real loose and just very all over the place. To be honest, this movie the plot actually reminds me of Venom, and it was kind of the same premise of the movie Venom, only with bats, or vampires rather. I don't like how a lot of things in this movie is not really explained clearly to me. Like you could make assumptions about a lot of things, and then it just like you gotta just roll with it throughout the movie. And so I got a lot of feelings like that while watching this movie. Like I don't really know what's going on, and it was just a bore fest for me to even try to stay awoke while trying to watch this movie. So I'm trying to stay woke at the same time trying to figure out what was really going on. And ultimately they had a good idea for Michael Morbius. I don't really mind the fact that they try to put a spin on it with him being sick and he trying to find a cure for him to become the bat guy or whatever, or become, because he don't have a name, so for him to become Morbius, the vampire guy, they had to come up with some type of reason without including Spider-Man into the movie, because a lot of people who might be fans of the Morbius character know it stems from the Spider-Man comic books and the Spider-Man lineage. So going into this movie, I was hoping that they was gonna find a way to try to tie Spider-Man in somewhere, and they tried to do it at the end of the movie, but it kind of didn't really make sense to me of how they tried to do it. But ultimately, this movie was kind of like a dud. Like the premise of the movie, the storyline was all over the place, like I said. And when the only bad part of the movie, not bad part of the movie, but the conflict in the movie was the fact that his friend had got powers. Spoiler alert, like you already know. But his friend had got powers, the same powers that Michael Morbius got. And I think we've seen this in a couple other movies, And that's the only reason why it's a villain in this movie is because of the hero. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that he did. It was just that he left the serum out, and his friend who was dealing with the same disease he was dealing with took the serum and became a bad guy. But he didn't just become he just became a bad guy for the sake of being a bad guy. From my understanding, he wasn't a bad person. He just ended up becoming a bad person, I guess, out of nowhere when he started getting a thirst for blood, I guess. I don't know. It was just real. I don't know. This movie wasn't good to me at all. You know what I'm saying? Far as acting go, the acting was okay. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't real bad acting. The action was not really good. It was mostly CGI fights, but the CGI looked pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold that part, but I was just confused by like his powers and different things, like why he could do this and why he can't do that, and it was just all over the place in my opinion. Ultimately, this movie was not it wasn't a good movie for me. It's definitely a pass. I give this movie a 2 out of 10. And this is probably like one of the lowest ratings I ever gave a movie outside of it being like a trash review, because this movie not fully trash, but it was bad, and I didn't like how they try to tie things in at the end. That was even lazy in my opinion too, you know what I'm saying? But overall, this movie was not a good movie. I highly unrecommend this movie. If you have any other movies that you would like me to review, let me know in the comments below. But without further ado, I guess I'll catch y'all next video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and God bless and peace.